Now let's discuss about the engineering mathematics. So at first, what's your comes in your mind? That is the discrete mathematics, and discrete mathematics is at first the propositional logic and first order logic. So what are the propositional logics and first order logic? The propositional logic and the first order logic is nothing but the NOT gate, AND gate, and the OR gate. The combination of these, it implies that it implies in this goes to this. In this way, we build some relationships. Okay, so in this relationship, we determine something that a event. Suppose it may be rain or it may be not rain. If it is rain, I will go. If it is not rain, then I will not go. So this is the fact. In this way, how I can represent a statement that can be said in a propositional and first order logic. Now sets. Now the sets are very interesting thing to be discussed. Okay. So what is an set? The set is that the collection of universe, the real number, floating point number, alphabets, and etc. It may be a set. A set may be a subset. A set may be a superset. A set may be a um, proper set. Whatever you're doing, a conjunction of set can be done, and union can be done, and negation can be done, and OR gate can be done with sets. The sets is a collection of similar type of data that can be determined. Now relation, you know relation, how to build a relation. It may be fx is equal to 2 of gx. It may be a relation. Functions mean how they are interrelated. One function is dependent on the independent variables and dependent variables. So now the partial orders and lattices, it is also a matter to be discussed. Okay, now monoids is also a topic to be discussed, and the groups are how they are formed groups. The graphs are how their connectivity and matching and coloring, that is also should be discussed. And in combinatorics, it is the counting, recurrence, relation, and generating functions are there. Now matrices, you know the matrices, matrix multiplication, subtraction, addition, division can be determined. Determinants, how to calculate determinants, all you know that how we calculate determinant. One elements have to be taken and two should be multiplied crossly and it is subtracted. Okay, system of linear equation. A linear equation should be there, so it is a lambda square minus a lambda a plus b. Okay, otherwise a lambda square plus of lambda b plus c. This kinds of equation can be, and the eigenvalue, the total value of the system. What is the values? What is the value of a b c or x y z? That should be calculated, and that should be calculation should be done by the eigenvalues. Okay, and now the eigenvectors. So also the collection of eigen numbers is generated by the eigenvectors. Now LU composition. Okay, LU decomposition will also be another part of the linear algebra. Very easy. I have to give you the notes on that. Now calculates, you determine the limits. The what are the limits of the of a terms of a function. Maybe it is minus infinite to plus infinite, and it is the minus 4 to plus 4. What is the function limit? It have to calculate the determinants, and then you have to give the limits. Okay, now the continuity and the differentiability, maximum, at the point, what is the maxima, what is the minima, you should to be discussed very carefully. Okay, now the mean value of the, if there are the set of the numbers, what should be the mean value of the function. Okay, so this should be integration, you know all integration. Probability and statistics, random variables, how the random variables are should be created. Random variables, what are the random variables should be there? Tell me, random variables, then any kinds of number should be random variables. If there is a die, what are the random variables right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the random variables. Now the uniform, what kind of uniforms are there, what kinds of normals are there. It should be have an equation, Poisson value, then the mean, median, mode, and the standard deviation, conditional probability, everything have a theorem and base theorem you already have. And now the computer science. Come to the computer science and information technology. Boolean algebra. That the algebra, that means the computer science has to be determinant. There are some rules over there, and these rules should be discussed in this Boolean algebra. Now the combinational and sequential circuit. The combinational circuit are the full adder, half adder, multiplexer, demultiplexer, half adder, then decoder, encoder, then the demultiplexer, multiplexer, and others are there, parity generator, parity comparator, and these kinds of sequential circuits are there. Sequential circuit, RS flip flop or SR flip flop, D flip flop, JK flip flop, master slave flip flop, T flip flop, and these are the sequential circuit, and the memory and the CPU also you can consider this. Now the minimization, how the equations could be minimized, that should be discussed there. The number representation, how we will represent the number in floating point number or the fixed point number. IEEE 754 should be the relation, it should be a representation of a number. Computer arithmetic, the fixed point arithmetic and the floating point arithmetic, you know. And now the next section I want to discuss, that is the section 3, computer organization and architecture. So the machine instruction, machine how the instruction has been given, and addressing modes are there, how many addressing modes are there, and that should be calculated. Now nextly we come to the ALU. ALU have a arithmetic logic unit, and there should be a data path. By this data path you should be think about that how I can make it a connection to one point to another point. Control unit is the fetch, decode, execute, and the write back, or it may be fetch instruction, decode instruction, calculate operand, fetch operand, and execute instruction, write back. Okay. Now the instruction and pipelining, instruction pipelining is very easy. What I have told very before. Pipeline hazard are the three types. One is data hazard, one is structural hazard, and third one is the control hazard. Okay, and memory hierarchy, that is the register, cache memory 1, cache memory 2, level 1, level 2, primary memory, RAM, ROM, then the secondary memory, hard disk, CD-ROM, etc. Cache memory, then you should discuss about the cache. So the set associative, direct set associative, full associative, these are the cache memory. And the main memory and the secondary memory, that you know, static and dynamic, and the interrupts and IO interface interrupts are two types. One is that is the direct interrupt or a software interrupt. It may be interrupt 1, interrupt 0, or it may be a types of hardware interrupt may be. DMA mode means direct memory access mode. Programming data structure, programming in C, recursion, that means a program should be come to the, should be calculated, and it should come to the repetitive way. Array is the collection of the same types of number. Stacks are the thing which can be stored in a push and pop method. Q is this should be a front and a rear. It enters through the front and exit from the rear. Linked list, it should be have a node, it should have an address, it should have a data. The tree, the representation of any kinds of number, and it can be a sequence. By the sequence, a tree can be made. The binary search tree, the BFA tree, which is following the method, is always the left is the lesser than the right, and middle is the your node, is your parent node. Now binary heap should be there and graph should be there. It is very easy. Algorithm, searching and sorting, hashing, that should be under the worst case time and space time complexity. Algorithm techniques, greedy type, dynamic programming, divide conquer, and the graph traversal, and minimum spanning tree, and shortest path. All are very easy. Fourier computation, regular expression, how the regular expression can be done there, how the operation should be done there, and the finite automata, The finite automata means what kinds of the finite and the definite machine can be made by a system. Now the context free grammar, context free, that means there should not be end of this. And the push down automata, there should be an automata that should be an under the regular expression of the regular grammar, that is the push down automata. Regular and context free languages, pumping lemma, this is the type of finite automata and Turing machine by which you are making the system an undecidability, that means an ambiguous way. Compiler design, lexical analysis, the first part, then the parsing, syntax directed translation, runtime environment, intermediate, code generation, local optimization, data flow analysis, constant propagation, liveliness, and the sub expressions and elimination. These are the things. Now the operating system calls, how a system is called, processes should be there, threads should be there, inter-process communication should be there, concurrency should be there, and the synchronization should be there, and how a deadlock can be made and how the deadlock could be prevented. Okay, CPU and IO scheduling should be there, and the memory management and the virtual memory and the file system should be there. And the section 9, the data process should be there. So here model should be there, relational model, relational algebra, tuples and sequence integrating constant, and norms. What are the norms of the first norm, second norm, third norm, 4nm and 5nm, and in the middle the BCNM. How the file should be organized, that should be discussed, and B plus B plus T, transaction concurrency and the control. And the last section is the computer network. What are the OSI layer are there, TCP protocol, basic of packet, circuit and virtual, and switch circuiting, data link layer, framing, error detection, medium access control, Ethernet, and bridging, routing protocol, the shortest path, floating distance vector, and link state routing. Then you should be fragmentation, IP addressing, IP4. It is a technology how the network should be made up. Now the CIDR notation, basic IP support vector, ARP, then the DHCM network, addressing translation, transport layer, and the flow control, and nextly the conjunction layer, then UDP, TCP sockets, application layer protocol, DNS, HTML, HTTP, FTP, and it is the email how it is made, and we can complete the syllabus of the GATE CSIT. Thank you so much. I am Rupam Sardar. I am assistant professor of an engineering college, Kolkata. I think this syllabus discussion is very minimum form I have done with, and we will discuss it very broadly, and you will get a detailed knowledge of GATE CSIT. Don't worry, you will crack it.